Hello, we're group 4. I'm Ening.
I'm Jiamin.
I'm Megan.
I'm Timothy.
And I'm Vivian.
We'll be introducing our application, Sushi Palace.
Sushi Palace reservation and point of sale system. So this system will be operated by the waiters and waitresses of this restaurant. So firstly, the manager of the restaurant calls the staff in for a meeting, and they are about to revamp and update their menu and pricing due to the upcoming festive season. So now you will see how option 4, which is manage menu. So first, under here you can see that you select task. So firstly, we want to create a menu item. But before this, the manager is actually very careless and he accidentally clicks an option which is not 1 to 9. So instead of 1 to 9, he presses S, and this one tells him that it's an invalid input. Please enter a valid integer 1 to 9. Similarly, if he inputs, let's say, integer 10, then it's also an invalid input because it's not an integer from 1 to 9. So now he stops being careless and he wants to create a menu item. So he clicks option 1. And then now you have to enter the name of the new menu item. So let's say here we call it tuna sushi. And the price of the menu item will be $5. Description is yummy tuna. And the food type will be classified under number 1 because it's a main. Now it tells you menu item tuna sushi is successfully created. So now we'll try to add something. So option 1 again, create menu item that with a name that already exists. So let's say we try to create tuna sushi again, and we just give the same descriptions. And so the output actually tells you that the menu item of that name already exists, so it's not added to the menu again. So now let's try to create another menu item. So let's call it yuzu juice. And the price would be, let's say we try putting -$10. And they'll tell you that the price cannot be negative. And let's say we accidentally press price as a number, so $5. They'll tell you that it's invalid input and the price should be a double. So now we enter the actual price that we want, which is $5. Description is refreshing drink. And this will go under option 3, the food type drink. So menu item yuzu juice is successfully created. So now we can actually print the menu to see the items that we have created with the original items that are already in the menu. So these are all the items. So as you can see, item 4 here is tuna sushi, which we just created on top of the default items. And under drinks, we have yuzu juice here, which we just created on top of the default items. Next, we'll go to remove menu item. So under option 2. And then we'll try to remove yuzu juice, which we just created. Menu item yuzu juice is successfully removed. And then now we'll try to remove an item which doesn't exist. So let's try printing menu again to show that this yuzu juice is actually removed. So you can see from here, yuzu juice which was here is actually removed. And then we'll try to remove an item that does not exist. So let's try option 2. So you'll try to remove, let's say, matcha mochi. And then they'll tell you that the menu item does not exist. Okay, next we'll try option 3, which is update menu item. So let's say we want to update water, and we want to update the name. You can change it to bottled water. So the name is successfully updated. And then now we'll try printing it again. And you'll see that the item 6 from water it became bottled water. Okay, then now we're going to create the promotion. So we can click option 4. The name of the set package would be set C. And description of promotional set package, we would say Yummy Delights from Japan. And promotional set package is created successfully. So now we'll try, since in our we already created set C, so we'll try to create another set with the same name and see how it goes. So they'll tell you that promotional set package of the name already exists. Next, we will remove a promotion that doesn't exist. So let's try removing under 5, remove promotional package. We will try to remove a set D which does not exist. And they'll tell you that promotional set package does not exist. Now let's just try to remove set C which we just created. So under 5, remove set C. And they'll tell you that set C is successfully removed. So now we want to try updating a promotion. So let's create a promotion which we just deleted, set C. So under 4, create, we'll create set C. And set C is created. So now let's go to update promotional package under 6. So we're updating set C. And we'll try to add menu items to set C. So the name of the menu item, I would like to add bottled water. And I would also like to add yuzu juice, which does not exist because just now we removed it already. So now I will try to add, let's go to option 7 to see what we would like to add. So if I would like to add, let's say California Maki, and then I'll go to update again, update set C. Okay, so now California Maki is successfully added to the promotional menu. Now we'll be printing the promotional package to see what we have. So we have two defaults, set A and set B. This is set A, this is set B, and this is set C, which we just created with the bottled water and the California Maki. So now we will go back to main and try out the other functions. Okay, so now due to COVID, the restaurant has a limited number of seats. That's why 3 families want to reserve a slot at the restaurant. So first, family A and B want to reserve a slot for today. So we use the reservation manager. So you click 3, reservation manager, and then click 1 for create reservation booking. And the name will be their surname, which is Tan. Their contact will be 90008000. And then let's say the staff presses the wrong date, so they accidentally entered this. And the number of dining guests will be 2. So then the system will say invalid format for date, date format should be as follows. Okay, then next will be, we'll try to create again for family A, so the name will be Tan. And let's say this time around they press the wrong number, so it will just be a wrong number. And the date and time will just be today's date, 13 November, and the time will be 6 p.m. 6:30 p.m. And number of dining guests is 2. So here they'll say this phone number is invalid, so you cannot create a reservation also. So now let's create their actual reservation. This is their contact number, and the date and time is this. Time is 6:07 p.m. and they want to make a booking for 4 people. So this part shows that reservation time must be in the future, and this reservation ID does not exist because it's already 6:07, so it means that you cannot make a reservation for now or before now. So now we'll create the actual booking. And we'll make it for 6:09 p.m. Number of guests will be 4. So this one you successfully created a reservation ID, which is 3 and table number 11. Okay, then now we'll be making a reservation for family B. So family B will be a true family, and the contact will be 80009000. Same date. And it will be for 6:10 p.m. And the number of dining guests will be 8. So the reservation ID is 4 and the table number is 21. So now we just illustrate the time function if you put a time that is before that's already passed. So let's try the time family again. So this one also shows that the reservation time must be in the future, and this reservation ID does not exist. So now we'll be checking the reservation booking. So we have 2 reservation IDs right now. So that one is reservation ID 3 and reservation ID 4. So to check reservation ID 3, it gives you the Tan family's details and the table details, and next checking reservation ID 4, it gives you the true family's details. Okay, so now we'll be checking the reserved tables. So we'll go back to main, and under manage tables option 2, you'll see list reserved tables, and then it shows you these 2 tables which were given to the Tan and the true families. Okay, then now we'll be going back to managing reservations, so option 3, and we'll be creating a reservation booking for a third family who wants to reserve for CNY. So it'll be the Ang family, and their contact will be 88881111. So the date and time will be 2022 February, 6 p.m. and there will be 8 of them. So here's the reservation ID and the table ID. And then back to me, and then we see the tables again. So listing the reserved tables, we have the 3 tables and 1 for Chinese New Year. Okay, now we'll go back to me. So right now today, a customer has walked into the restaurant and he has no reservation, but he wants a table. So first we'll list all the available tables. So we'll go back to managing tables, and then listing all available tables, so option 4. So you can see that all the tables are available, except for those which were reserved for the first 2 families. Okay, so now we'll be checking table availability. So it's 1 customer, so it's 1 person. So table 1 is available for him. So we go back to me, and now we'll be creating an order for him. So under manage orders, we want to create order. So staff ID, we just put a random staff ID for the default staff. So there's staff ID 5, and there's no reservation, so -1. The number of people will be 1 person, and so they say table 1 is assigned to this person. Okay, so now we'll be adding order items. So we click 1, adding the menu item, and we want to add menu item 1, which is the California Maki. And we'll add again, so we add number 2, which is nigiri tuna. Okay, then now we'll add promo items, so add promo set 0, which is set A, and finish. Okay, now if we want to add item to order, then you see here's order ID 0, so we'll click option 2 for adding item, and order ID 0. So they show you what you have, and you want to add a menu item. So let's say we add menu item 100, which does not exist yet. So they'll say error, input valid item ID. So you enter to continue. Then we try adding another one. So maybe we add something that already exists. So we add item 1 again, California Maki. So California Maki added. So here we want to add a promo item again, promo set. So we'll add promo set 0 again, which is set A. And then finish, press 3. And then here is all the orders that this person has. Okay, now we'll be removing items from order. So we click option 3, and then order ID will be the same order, so order ID 0. and then they show you all the items that this person has. So we'll try to remove the extra California Maki. So item ID 1. And then let's remove the nigiri tuna 2. And finish. Okay, so now you're only left with 1 California Maki and the 2 set A's. So now let's remove the promo set from the order. Order ID 0. Promo ID 0. So set A is removed and finish. And then now we'll add more items for this customer because he's hungry. So order ID 0 and add menu item. So we'll add some more California Makis. Okay, and then finish. And then now before we print the invoice, we'll see that the table is not available now. So we'll go back to main, go to the table manager, and list occupied tables. So you can see that table ID 1 is occupied by this customer. Okay, and now we'll go back to main. So now this customer is done with his meal, so he wants to actually leave the restaurant and pay. So we'll go to manage orders, we'll go to print order invoice, which is number 4, and order ID 0. And this person is not a member, so just enter N. And they'll show you the total net price, service charge, GST, and price after service charge and GST. And now after printing the order invoice, we'll go back to the table manager, so back to main, and then back to manage tables. And then we'll see that under occupied tables, there's 0 occupied tables in total because the invoice has been printed. Okay, so now it's the festive season and the restaurant is packed. And family B has arrived on time for their reservation, which was at 6:10. So it's within 30 minutes of the reservation. So now we'll go back to main first and go to the reservation manager, which is 3. So from here, we will check the reservation booking. So the reservation ID here for the second family was reservation ID 4 for the true family. So they came on time. So here's checking their reservation. Yep, so the reservation is still valid, that's why it printed. So now we go back to main and we'll have to create an order for them. So under order manager, we'll create an order for the true family. So staff ID 6, and they have a reservation ID, so reservation ID 4. So the correct table number and number packs is assigned from the reservation. So now you can add menu items for them. So we'll add menu item 4, which is matcha ice cream, and add some more, which is 5, which is cake. And now we're done. So we click finish, and this will be the order for the true family. So now we'll go back to the reservation manager. So back to main, and then number 3, which is manage reservations. So now the Ang family actually wants to remove their reservation for Chinese New Year. So we'll go to number 3, and then we put a reservation ID which does not exist, which is reservation ID 5. So now they'll bring you back to the reservation manager page, and then you have to click a reservation ID which does exist. So let's check the Ang family's reservation ID. So their reservation ID is actually 3, so we'll go to remove reservation booking, and their reservation ID is 6. So here we'll check reservation booking to make sure that it's removed, and reservation ID is 6. And it says no such booking, so their reservation is removed. True family actually wants to pay their bill already and leave the restaurant, so I'll go back to managing orders, and then we'll click print order invoice, which is 4, and their order ID is 1. And then you can see the order details here. And they are members, so enter 1. So they'll show you the net price, and after that the amount that's the member's discount, and then after that they'll show you the final price after the discount and service charge and GST. So next will be the Tan family has actually come to the restaurant, but they're late for their reservation because it's 6:40, and as you can see here, the reservation is actually at 6:09, so it's more than 30 minutes after their reservation time, and it's reservation ID 3. So now we'll be going to the reservation manager, and we'll click check reservation booking, and reservation ID 3, and it says no such booking, so it means that their reservation actually expired already. And now we'll be printing the sale revenue report, so we'll go back to main, to the order manager, and we'll print sale revenue report. So let's say we start from 10 November this year, and the final date is 11 November this year. So it says there are no orders on this period because there were no orders. And next we try to print with the correct date, so 10 November until 14 November. So it'll show you all the orders from the single customer just now and from the true family. And you'll add up the total revenue from individual orders, which is this 3, and the total revenue from set orders, which is just set A. So now, due to the changing demands of the company after the festive season, they would like to manage staff, so option 5. So here they would like to create a new staff because they realize they need more staff. The staff name is Vegan, gender is F, and title is Chef. So the new staff is created. And now they would like to view all staff, so you can see that on top of the normal staff that they have, they added a new staff. And then now they would like to update the staff details. So let's say ID number 7, Isabel, she performed very well, so they want to promote her. So they want to make her a manager. So it's updated now. Then now they would like to remove a staff who hasn't been performing well, so ID number 1. So John hasn't been performing well, so they would like to remove him. And so he's removed. And now we go back to main. And that's the end of our restaurant reservation system. Thank you.